can replace early detection. And those are the health headlines I'm following for this edition of Stay Healthy. But of course, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. with more headlines. Until then, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jill. NASCAR is teaming up with Scholastic to host an exciting STEM program for kids. The fun and virtual program helps teach kids about real race cars. Our Brandon Lawson has a preview of his story that's coming up at 6. Brandon.
Everyone knows how big of a NASCAR fan I am. I've got my own sim racing rig here in my house. I've been doing the virtual racing just like NASCAR race car drivers have been doing. But something you kids can do at home is you can learn more about these race cars. Take a listen to this.
I think what makes a NASCAR STEM program unique are a couple of things. One, it makes learning about NASCAR really fun. Learning about the aerodynamics of racing, about draft and downforce and drag and how to make a race car go faster. It's just plain fun.
NASCAR kids, grab those gears, rev up those engines, because we're going green at 6. I've got this full story coming up for you, only on WVVA.
All right, I love that excitement there, Brandon. Thank you. France today eased some coronavirus lockdown restrictions, bringing Paris streets back to life and sending some students back to school. Some stores have reopened and people no longer have to stay home unless they have written permission. NBC's Molly Hunter reports from Paris.
Today is deconfinement day in France, the beginning of the gradual unlocking. And here in Paris, it means that Parisians can leave their apartments, their houses, for the first time in 8 weeks without a government permit. Now, of course, we're on the famous Champs-Élysées. You see stores like Sephora are back open, Louis Vuitton, Dior, all these famous stores are open. But a lot of the things that make Paris, Paris, museums, restaurants, bistros, bars, all of those are still closed. Now, this morning, a lot more people went back to work. Train stations, subway stations, all pretty busy. And Paris has 2 big challenges: schools, some of which are reopening this week, and transportation.
So protecting the people and beginning the economic life again, especially struggling the inequalities. That was the main principle.
Now, they're literally handpicking some of the most vulnerable families to send those children back to school, and the children of essential workers. Now, this is just the beginning. In coming weeks and months, we'll get more details about restaurants, bars, and museums all reopening. Molly Hunter, NBC News, Paris.
Chief Meteorologist Catherine Thompson here, coming to you from my home this evening as we're still social distancing. If you've been outside today, you know it's a little chilly. It still feels kind of like winter other than spring, but a warm-up is just around the corner. We've just got to get past the first part of the work week. It's going to be a little chilly tonight, but each day after tomorrow, we're going to start to warm up. So there is hope. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But as far as tonight goes, we are starting to dry out. We've had a very weak front moving through the area today. So on occasion, we've seen a few clouds, well, more than a few, a lot of cloud cover, but a few rain and snow showers here and there. But we've actually started to see some breaks of sun now. Temperatures, though, again, are chilly. Most of us are sitting in the upper 30s, if not the low 40s. You can see all the cloud cover still hanging tight on our Southwest Virginia Community College camera there. It's been a little gloomy and, again, just a little cool to start the work week. And tonight is still going to be a cold one. Northwesterly flow still kicking in a bit behind this weak front that's moving out of the area. We are going to dry out, but temperatures will be around freezing, if not just a little above freezing. I do think we could see some frost overnight tonight too, as those winds kind of calm down, allowing for that air to really cool to the dew point right above the ground there. So that's really going to add some frost. If you've got sensitive plants, make sure to bring them indoors. Now, this front, though, is breaking down. It's very weak. High pressure is going to become the dominant influence over our weather pattern into tomorrow. So tomorrow looks dry, and I do think even Wednesday looks pretty dry. But you can see these systems kind of inching their way in from the west. Cloud cover